A very good evening to all my dear friends. So in this special session of today, we will discuss that how to study schemes, which scheme you should study in detail, which scheme you can just study superficially, and what should be your overall approach for studying this scheme. So in this session, we'll be discussing all the things that ministry wise will go, that which are the schemes in the news, which scheme you should go into the detail, which scheme you should not go into the detail, right? And which ministry has how many number of schemes, right? We will discuss today in this session of how to study schemes for your Nabard examination, right? Because many of you are asking that, sir, which are the schemes that we should study? Because always I take that there are 40 to 45 schemes only that you should study in detail, right? There are only 40 schemes only that you should study in detail. Rest of these schemes, whatever it may be, right? 30, 20, or whatever it may be, that needs to be studied only superficially. That you cover while reading the PIB. You did not need to go into the official guidelines of those schemes or very much deep into those schemes. That will just waste your time. So this is our point of discussion today, right? How to study the schemes. Now, as I said you, there are certain 40 schemes, right, which are very important. I will give you the list also in this today's session, that which are all the 40 schemes that are important for your examination. Okay. Now, you can see in this presentation that is in front of you, the Nabard syllabus talks of what? ESI and ARD. There are two things, that is ESI and ARD. So when we divide this thing, right, economic and social issue and agriculture, basically you can bifurcate into three parts. That whenever you study newspaper, whenever you study PIB, these three words, these three buzzing words for your Nabard examination should revolve, should resonate in your mind. That is economic, that is social, that is agricultural and rural development, so that you can connect yourself, so that you can connect your thought, right, with these three things: economic, social, and agricultural. Because more or less, when you face the prelims of the examination of Nabard, or you face the mains of the examination of the Nabard, or you face the interview, right? They love to ask question from these three areas only. Now, when we say, right, economic, as per the trend of the Nabard questions, they try to focus only very few things in the economic section. Their more attention is on social and the agricultural aspect. When we say the economic, it is mainly related to certain export, certain avenues of export and import, certain avenues of forex, certain revenues of your balance of payment, sorry, and certain avenues of your financial side. So economic issues, the questions are limited and the avenues or the areas are also very limited. And number of schemes that you have to study in this section are also very limited. Now coming on to this portion, that is social. This is very wide term, my dear friends. Everything that comes under the society is social. So whenever you see anything related to society, that is women, children, education, poverty, differently abled, labor, youth, senior citizen, you should be, right, more attentive in that situation, right? Your alert level should increase. Okay, this is the news, right, related to women. Okay, this is the news related to senior citizen. I have to interrelate with my syllabus of Nabard. And if that news is related to what the schemes, then that becomes important for your examination. So I will show you the list of the schemes that caters the need of the women, children, education, that you need to read in detail, and which are the schemes that you need to just look superficially. And agriculture, since Nabard's primary role is related to what? It's related to agriculture and rural development. So any development from the side of the farmer, any development from the side of the rural India, rural infrastructure, farming, that is organic farming, natural farming, or climate change becomes important for your examination. Now, when you take up these three things, the economic, social, and agricultural aspects in the form of the schemes, the first thing, when you see any scheme, right? The first thing when you see any scheme should, right, make you to think on this 5 to 6 points, right? On this 5 to 6 points, first try to understand the origin, because if you don't understand the origin of this scheme, you will not understand that why government has launched it. If you will not understand origin, you will not be able to recollect and remember objective based question. What are the objectives of the scheme? Because if you have followed the previous year question of Nabard, every year they are asking certain questions from the objectives of this scheme. So if objective is clear, that will help you to mark the right answer in the objective format. Also, it helps in writing the descriptive answer. All my dear friends, last year they asked Swamitra scheme, right? So those students who have studied objectives right with the proper understanding during their prelims preparation, during their mains preparation, they have written well and they have got good marks also. Those who have written flat answer for the Swamitra scheme in the examination, right? They thought that, okay, I have written everything, but I haven't got good marks. I got 32, 33. Why? Because you have not justified the context. Why you have not justified the context? Because you have not studied it properly when you are preparing for the prelims. Prelims, ये मत समझना, don't understand during the prelims that year याद कर लेने से मेरा scheme coverage हो गया. No, this is a false impression. The study of the scheme is more than years, more than the launch of the years. You should clearly know its origin. You should know clearly its objective. You should know clearly which are the areas or which are the beneficiaries of this scheme, right? And how or what is the vision, what is the motto of the government to implement this scheme, and how do the officials say MG Narega is being implemented by the officials at the Gram Panchayat. So how do officials, right, at how many levels, how many tiers do they implement this particular scheme? And along with that, whatever the recent developments are related to that, that becomes important for your examination, right? So we are covering in our mentorship program in this way only all the schemes by covering each and every aspect so that you don't feel any difficulty in objective as well as the subjective parts. So when we divide this total right scheme areas, it can be divided into major schemes that are around 14 number and minor schemes that are around, right, it depends upon the last 4 to 5 months of news. So this number is variable, right? And sub minor schemes can shift to major as per the coverage in the newspapers and the PIB of the last 3 to 4 months. So it can be a vice versa situation. It's not fixed. It totally depends upon the coverage in the newspapers and in the PIB of the last 3 to 4 months when the examination is going to happen. Now, what are the priority ministries? The priority ministries are Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, then Rural Development, Panchayati Raj, and Social Justice. These three, I think, are the most important ministries where you should look each and everything, all the initiatives, all these ministries in a very focused manner, right? Because very high chances that if they ask descriptive also, it will fall under this only. Like rural development and Panchayati Raj, I take it together. So they have asked the Swamitra scheme last year, right? So that is very important. Animal husbandry is part of agriculture only. So they have asked Matsya Sampada Yojana earlier. Day NRLM is a part of rural development. So you have seen that they have asked already the day NRLM in the descriptive. So these ministries are very important, my dear friends. I think so. As per my experience with this examination, right, teaching the students with so many years, I can say that this scheme, agriculture, rural development along with animal husbandry, MORG, Panchayati Raj and social justice are the backbones of your schemes for the Nabard examination. So take these three initial schemes very, right, in a focused manner and do not leave anything, right? Next is your tribal affairs, right? Women and child development, health, education, Department of Financial Services, and skill. Skill is also very important. So you have to look into this priority ministries and try to cover, right, whatever the recent developments are there and the important schemes associated with them. Other ministries are minority ministry, urban development, right, renewable energy, Jal Shakti, food processing, and your public distribution, food, right, public distribution system, MSME, labor, and forest and climate change. So this is the priority list. I told you these are the key ministries that are more important from examination point of view, and these are a little bit less right, important than this. It's not like they will not ask question, but they will ask, but these are the more important because it caters directly to the roles and the visions of the Nabard. Now let's just have a fast look into the schemes. The agriculture, see the green coding here represents those schemes that you have to go in detail, right? The green coding, I'm writing again, the green coding schemes that you have to go in detail as per official guidelines and recent circulars of the government of India that you have to look. So first is the agriculture ministry, right? Agriculture ministry nowadays, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is quite in the news. Then after that is KCC, right? The launch here also I have given, right? If by chance any launch here is mistakenly written, so please let me know in the comment box. So Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and KCC, first very much in the news, very important this year. Next is your right, Parampragat Krishi Vikas Yojana that is related to organic agriculture and National Mission on Natural Farming. PKVY, they have asked so many questions in the previous year, so I don't think this is that much important. But this year, National Mission on Natural Farming, that you have to read very detail. Right? Drone Didi is very important. SMM scheme, PMKSY, AIF and 10K FPO, again green coded. It's very important to read in detail. Then PM Mandhan, Enam Asha, and Digital Agriculture. So this year, I think this green colors PMFBY, Drone Didi, 10K FPO, and Digital Agriculture Mission, you should read in detail this year. These are very important for you. Next in health, we have Imprint, quite in news. Then we have Ayushman Bharat, Suman, right, Janani Suraksha Yojana, and Muskan schemes are in the news this year that you can see. In all this, Ayushman Bharat is important. Rural development, you have PMAYG, a flagship scheme of the government of India, which is again very important this year due to the recent development that has taken time during the time of the election. Now, day NRLM, again an evergreen scheme that is very important for you in the examination. Then DDU, GKY, NSFB, SAGY, watershed development. So out of this rural development, PMAYG, NRLM are important. Then social justice, we have Daksh, right? Namaste, Avyay, Shrestha, Yashashvi, Ajay are the schemes, right? So Daksh is very important, right? Apart from this, due to the growing population of the senior citizen, Avyay also is very important, right? Because they are the silver lining of our economy. Then in the tribal ministry, we have the Janman, very important. Then Eklavya school, keeps on coming, but we don't have to go that much in detail. Then PMAGY, MSP, MRP. Okay. Then use your Janjatiya Vikas Karikram, that is also important. Then sickle cell mission, they have asked earlier. So this year, that is not that important. Then women and child, this is very important scheme that you have to study in detail. Mission Shakti and its components, Sambal and Samarthya, that we will be discussing in our classes, right? You have to study in detail. But my dear friends, always try to have this approach while reading the schemes. Then only you can remember the things in a chronological, in a rational manner, in a logical manner that will help you to answer both objective and subjective needs of the Nabard examination. Then we have Education Ministry, Samagra Shiksha, very important. PM Poshan, Ullas, Nipun are very important after the induction of the new education policy. Panchayati Raj, Swamit, RGSA, right? Gramin Urja are some of the schemes. So this is also important. Localization of SDG, right? That is also important. Swamit and RGSA, Rashtriya Gram Swarojgar Abhiyan is also very important. Then there's a Jal Shakti, NMCG, Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, again important, and it all its component that when a village is right awarded the status of Swachh Bharat, there are certain criteria of open defecation free. So this is very important for your examination. Jal Jeevan Mission again is very important. Then in MNRE, the Surya Ghar Yojana and PM Kusum are important for your examination. National Green Hydrogen Mission and National Biomass Program, because it's directly mentioned in the syllabus of the examination. Then urban development, we have the Smart Cities Mission, Swachh Bharat Mission, Urban, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Urban, Annual Amrut Swanidhi are the important schemes. Minority, we have the Vikas scheme and Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karikram are certain schemes that you need to read in detail. Green color coding. Then coming on to the other important ministry, we have MSME, PM Vishwakarma. They have asked last year, PM Vishwakarma. Again, that 5 to 7 format of that In that manner, if you study, you will never face any difficulty in writing the descriptive answers also. So in labor ministry, we have e-shram portal, national national career, that is also important. Then apart from your production linked incentive, right, the government has also launched the ELI right now, that is also important. And ABRI, these schemes have become old. This is new, this you have to know, this is important. E-shram is important. Then environment and forest science, this life scheme is very important for your examination. Food processing against Sampada and PMFE are important. Nowadays also this is quite in the news. Then financial services, we have Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, that is important. Then Jan Suraksha Yojana, right? That you have to study. I think, this I think has been repeated. So you can just leave it. So the schemes of the Department of Financial Services are very, very, very important. So that you have to study, especially this Jan Suraksha scheme and its component, different components related to like Jivan Jyoti Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana. All those schemes are very, very, very important for your examination. This Jan Suraksha schemes. Okay. Then we have the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana for food and public distribution, ONORC, not that important, but National Food Security, right, that is very important because inside it we study so many things like Antyodaya Yojana, priority households, right, PM Poshan, and many things are there that we try to take the convergence of the other schemes to study under NFSA. So these are certain schemes. The green color, you have to take special attention for your examination. Then Commerce Ministry of the Unnati recently launched the budget that is important in different exams. They have asked this year from the Unnati. Startup India is important. Startup India is also important. Then in fertilizers, you have the Jan Aushadhi Yojana is very, very, very important. That you have to take care of. And Skill PM KVY, again, very important, that tries to fulfill the goal of the National Skill Mission of the government. Then MP LADS scheme of the Statistics Ministry is important. Animal husbandry and fishery, we have RGM and PMMSY. And from your petroleum and natural gas Ujjwala scheme, very, very, very important. And from home ministry, it's vibrant village, that has become old, not that important right now. So if you count the green codes, we have 36 right now as on date that are important for the examination. So as per the notification, there can be some shifting in the schemes, as I told you. But right now, we'll try to focus on this 36 schemes for our examination. So that's a brief view, right? We are covering each of the things in very detailed manner in our course by taking cognizance of both the objective and the subjective examination, right? If you want to enroll our mentorship, you can enroll for the 2025 mentorship that's going on. Any queries, you can call on this number. You can visit our website, right? And you can join our Telegram channel also. And you can also go through the toppers talk, right? From our channel. So many students have topped the list. You might be knowing. You can visit our YouTube channel with name, right? Nabard Clarity. So that's all, my dear friends. Bye-bye. Take care.